Welcome and good morning to Mike Ferry Podcast number 11. We are very lucky today to have an exceptional person as well as an exceptional salesperson with us. And she lives and works pretty close to Las Vegas. She's in St. George, Utah, about 90 miles, I would think, directly north. And
Yep.
she is with Remax. She has been with Remax since 2012, I believe. And
Yep.
she is a top producer, but more important, she's a top person. So I'd like to introduce all of you to Miss Marlene Ritzman. Marlene, nice to have you with us today.
Thanks for having me.
It's a treat. I've had the good fortune of working with Marlene personally over the years, and she is a dynamite salesperson. Transaction count. How did you do in 2025?
2025 was a slower year for me. I think I ended up with 67 closed.
67 closed. Isn't that
Yeah.
great for the audience? They're going, that's a slow year, 67.
Yeah, that was a slow year.
Some of these people would cut their fingers off to do 67. Let me tell you, that's great. What have you done the last few years? What is normal for you?
Normal for me is right around 97.
And what caused the change in 2025 from an average of 95, 97 to a number in the 60s?
Well, it was a slower market, but we all know that doesn't dictate what we do. So I had some health issues that I was dealing with.
Are you
So that
okay
was
now?
that was a big deal.
Are you okay now?
I'm actually having surgery April 6th.
Oh, wow. So it's, surgery for a common cold is pretty unusual.
Yeah, I know.
So, well, best of luck. Will you be laid up long?
I'm giving myself a week.
Oh, so you're not letting the buyers and sellers off that easy.
No,
That's great. Well,
no.
we hope for the best with the surgery. That's for sure.
Yes,
And
thanks.
keep us informed, no question. So you've been involved in coaching Marlene for how long with us?
Since 2012.
So what caused or helped you make that decision that you wanted to go to a different level in terms of productivity?
Well, I think that was exactly it. I wanted to get to a different level. And I had the great fortune of talking to Tony Smith at one of the retreats that I was taken to by my great broker back in 2012. And Tony said to me, I guarantee, because $12,000 was a lot of money. $1,000 a month was a
Yeah.
lot of money to me. And he said, I guarantee you're going to make a lot more than what you're going to spend on coaching.
Wow.
And he guaranteed it. So I believed him and I signed up. And he was right. The next year I made $100,000 more than what I made the year before.
Wow, that is impressive. And what's your average sales price in St. George, Utah?
It's about 620.
Oh, so it's on the upper end. So
Yeah.
St. George is, we've driven through St. George time and again. Sabrina and I have traveling.
Yeah.
We've never seen the neighborhoods, but I don't know if I told you the story. We pulled off the freeway in St. George to get some gas for the car. We're both outside stretching our legs, talking. The gas fills up. I had locked the keys to the car in the car.
Oh, you didn't tell me that story.
So, I'm thinking, well, who am I going to call? So I called your office and said, my name is Mike Ferry. Do you recognize the name? And whoever answered said, yes. I've locked my keys in the car and I need some help. They said, where are you located? I said, I'm not sure. and they walked to the front door and said, wave your arm. So I waved my arm. I was in a gas station almost inside the office. It was a
Gosh,
funny.
that's funny.
So they called AAA, and half an hour later we're on our way. So
Oh, that's a great story.
my experiences in St. George have always been good. That's for sure. So is it a big market in terms of transaction count?
Last year we closed about 6,000, just under 6,000.
6,000. And personal business, is most of your business listings or buyer controlled sales? Tell
I
the
do
truth.
about half and half. I know. I was going to take I do about half and half.
For the
So,
audience
yeah,
that's watching, I've been trying to convince her that this personality is so strong and so listing oriented, but she, loves taking care of people, which is what our business is all about.
a buyer turns into a seller.
Yep. So that's okay. Well, but you've been doing it. You started in 2007, is that correct?
Yeah,
So you've been working with
2007.
you've been working buyer seller ratios for a long time, and it's working for
Yeah,
you. Do you think
yeah.
by chance the fact that you're spending half of your time with buyers affects your ability to increase your numbers dramatically?
100%.
And, but you're okay with that.
Yeah, I just keep doing it, don't I?
Say it again.
I said, I just keep doing it, don't I?
Yeah. Well, that's okay. You have a good life, you have a good family. What the heck? No question.
I do.
So,
Yeah.
on a personal level, what do you earn on, say, 60, 70 transactions?
So this last year I made just under $1 million. My normal year is about right around 1.2.
So 1.2 is normal. What are you projecting this year?
1.4.
1.4. Is the extra 200,000 going to come from buyers or sellers?
Sellers.
Don't lie to Uncle Mike. That is great. I will tell all of you that coaching Marlene was a real treat for me, because we had a lot of fun, and she takes the business very seriously in spite of that beautiful smile she has almost all the time on her face. So,
Yeah.
what is the hardest part of your day in terms of schedule and getting things done? What gets in the way of you performing at a higher level?
Ooh, that's a good question. Um, I know my morning schedule is pretty tight. I'm at my office by 7,
Okay.
on my phone by 8. Um, and I'm pretty productive between 8 and 11. If I don't have appointments, I usually take a little bit of a break and then get back on my phone in the afternoon. Um,
So you're a pretty consistent prospector.
I am a very consistent prospector and I work my database a lot.
How big is your database?
Well, I've just gone through it and cleaned it out. So I'm about 800
800.
right now.
And
Mhm.
is that going to be 80% of your business annually coming out of your database?
Yeah, usually
That's
70 to
outstanding.
80%. Yeah.
So you not only have a nice business, you've got a lot of good relationships that support
Yeah.
what you're doing, and you support them in the community. So it's a trade-off. In between that 8 o'clock and 11, when you're not able to complete your schedule the way you would like, what kind of things get in the way?
Um, I think I think mostly just little fires, you know,
Okay, little
just
bonfires.
yeah, or somebody's hair is on fire.
Yeah, somebody's hair is on fire, you know.
Yeah. So, inspections, stuff like that, that my assistant, Mike,
Yeah,
and she's usually very, very good at handling all of that stuff, but every once in a while I need to step in. So,
yeah, things happen that you are not able to
yeah,
control, and that's called normal. No question
yeah.
about it. Um, what do you do best as a real estate pro?
Um, I think I'm a pretty good negotiator.
Say it again.
I think I'm a pretty good negotiator.
That's great. That's really important.
Yeah,
Have the prices risen quickly in St. George?
they did. They're leveling off now. So
Okay.
they've come down a bit and now they're just leveling.
So when the market is trending slightly down, your negotiating skills become even more important, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So what makes you a good negotiator?
Um, I think just being aware of the situation, like what the buyer is looking for, or what the seller needs, just being aware of
Okay,
what's happening on both sides,
good.
asking questions.
Yep. Um, Asking questions is, of course, the name of the game.
Right.
Are you comfortable asking the questions? That it sounds like you are,
Yeah.
because one of the hesitations that a lot of agents they never make the breakthrough to high level productivity because they can't break through the fact that it's okay to ask a lot of questions.
I think it's okay to ask a lot of questions and then not be attached to the outcome.
Yeah, not be attached to the answers. That's for sure.
Hmm.
Um, so negotiating is what you do best. But you mentioned you could possibly prospect most of a day if you don't have an
Yeah.
appointment. And
Yeah.
do you enjoy that?
I do because I like talking to people.
Okay. Well, you're very enthusiastic all the time, which makes a big difference. You don't get told no much, do you?
Sometimes I get told no, but I
Um,
don't really take no for the answer. I just
yes.
ask more questions.
Yeah, that's the name. That's the name of the game. So, how many transactions do you project for this year? Say it. Tell me again.
105.
105, and that will bring you what?
I'm determined to break through that 100 mark.
Good. And
So,
it's so interesting how many great agents nationwide we have as customers that have been trying to break that 100 mark, and it's they're 92, 94, 83, 87,
yeah,
and they just can't break it. What do you think gets in the way? It's got to be part
me.
mindset. Me.
That's totally me. So, I've had you tell me, and I've had my coach, my great coach, Tim Rowan, who's my coach right now, tell
Yes.
me that I probably should have a buyer's agent,
You say it again.
that I should probably have a buyer's agent.
Well, tell us about what you have in terms of staff first.
My assistant.
Just the one.
Yeah,
So if you had a buyer's agent, you could increase the number of listings you're taking.
right.
And do you like taking listings?
I do like taking listings. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So has Tim and yourself correlated the difference in the amount of transactions you would be doing if you spent 20% more time taking listings?
Yeah, he's helping me get through some of that right now.
That's
So we're
good.
looking for a part-time assistant to help my assistant, and a part-time, maybe full-time. We're looking for that buyer's agent that does 10 deals but wants to do 30. That's who
And
we're looking for.
are there a lot of agents in St. George that based on your production, are almost considered part-time.
Yeah, I think
So
so.
somebody asked me to describe the perfect buyer's agent. I said somebody that's 3 or 4 years in the business, prefer female versus male, very enthusiastic, has the desire but doesn't have a path to get to higher levels of production. And it's always because they are uncomfortable prospecting and being told no. And of course,
Right.
a buyer's agent for you is not going to get told no very much because it's a handoff of a person that wants to buy. So
Right.
what day between now and May 1st are you going to hire this buyer's agent?
We're working on an interview today. So
Are you? Good for you. That
yeah,
is great. It's a big step.
it is a big step. Yeah.
And it's interesting. Um, I get asked all the time the same question. What are the qualities of a great real estate salesperson? I said, female, has kids, so they've had a lot of responsibility, 5 or 7 years in the business, have a great attitude, have a strong mindset, and are not afraid to be told no.
Right.
You,
So why female instead of male?
females have a natural ability to be emotionally responsive to what's going on in a situation. I've always said that when you can manage your house, manage your spouse, manage the kids, and manage your business, you are really doing well. And you've done all that time and time and time again.
Yes.
And it's so I always have felt that a female is able to um, be a little more emotionally attached to a transaction, which most transactions need a little more attachment. It's buying and selling a home is not cutthroat, cold, hard, fast. It's a very
Right.
emotional process, as you know. So
Yeah, it is an emotional. Even those people that don't have a lot of emotion, I found have emotion in
yes, yeah.
real estate.
But what draws out emotion? Energy, smiles, enthusiasm,
Yeah.
interest in the person you're talking to, being being very sincere with that person. So
Yeah.
you have all the qualities. So question, how long can you keep doing this at this level?
Um, I don't know. I don't have any desire. People ask me when I'm going to retire, and it's not in my business plan for the next at least 5 years.
Well, you have a wonderful asset, which is that database. And that database
Yeah.
is worth a lot of money to somebody. If somebody
Yeah.
said to you, here's a check for $500,000 with $500,000 more in 2 years, would you consider retirement?
No,
Good for you. So you're committed.
I'm committed. Yeah.
Yeah. I've retired 3 times over the course
Like
of the,
I'd be like you. I just have to buy the box and put it in my living room.
say it again.
I said I'd be like you. I'd have to buy the box and put it in my living room.
Well,
I
three
wouldn't know
times.
what to do with myself.
Well, that was the problem. I've retired 3 times, and after about a month or 6 weeks or 8 weeks, I'm going, all right. So I've watched ESPN, I've watched the Sports and Golf Channel, and I'm bored to tears. So I came back to work. You know,
Yeah, that would be me.
yeah, I felt that when I asked the question. No question about it. Um, do you have much interaction with other top producers around the country?
I do. Yeah. I have I have a really great mastermind group
Good,
through MFO. Yeah.
good,
So we have people that want to be in our mastermind group. It's
good.
a good one. There's a lot of accountability. and a lot of really great agents in that group. So, and I'm in constant contact with all of them.
How big is your mastermind group?
9. There's 9 of
9.
us. I think there's
9 of
9.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. So
How
it's a
often? How
we
often?
meet once a week on Fridays.
Good for you. How long have
For,
you guys been together?
oh gosh, I've been in the group a long time. Holy cow. 7 years, 8
Good.
years.
That's great. And
Yeah.
does everybody contribute?
Oh yeah. So we rotate who's in charge of the call.
Okay.
And so
And that-
everybody, and there's accountability, there's fines. You have to pay a fine if you're not prepared. You have to pay a fine if you're not paying attention. You
oh,
have to pay a
wow.
fine if you're late.
Yeah, that is great. So
Yep.
people pay attention, come prepared, and are not late.
Yeah, and there's a lot of really good information.
Yeah, that is great. Um,
Yeah.
but you attend a lot of our events. You have for
Yes,
a
I
long
do.
time,
Yep.
correct?
Haven't
Um,
missed one.
I'm sorry.
I haven't missed one.
Good. Don't. Me either. What the heck? Well,
Don't you miss one either.
um, what's interesting, and you've seen this, Marlene, there's about 500 people that always sit in the first 5 or 6 rows of an event. And
Yep.
it's so much fun for me on stage to watch people from the back of the room try to get involved with that group. And they have to be very persistent because this group of people think at a very high level, like yourself. And it's fun to watch somebody try to break into that. But what I like is when I see the acceptance that you guys and gals have for somebody that's doing less that wants to do more, and sharing of ideas, which is the name of the game, no question.
Yeah.
So, if I said to you, what is one thing you would say to an agent that does 15 or 20 deals a year that they should not do if they want to improve their business? What should they stay away from or do not do?
I would say first thing I would say is do answer your phone.
Okay,
I think
I like that. Do answer your
I
phone.
yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things right now is trying to get a hold of other agents that never answer their phone.
I
And
know, I don't get it.
they'll send you a text that says, "Can you text me?"
Yeah,
And I think it's so important to have a conversation. I think there's a lot of tonality
yes.
that is missed in a text. Like, I don't think you can get across what you're trying to get across in a text. So pick
Yeah,
up your phone.
yeah,
That's
I
super
think,
important.
and you're right. The trend for not answering your phone is getting stronger and stronger and
Yeah.
stronger. And the average age of an agent, the new agents are younger than the experienced veterans like ourselves, and
Yeah.
they think that texting is the answer. You know, I get a text, I don't even look at it. I
Yeah.
wait to see if they're going to call me, and if they don't call, too bad.
Yeah. I get texts from other real estate companies trying to recruit me. I
By
get
text?
texts from coaching companies trying to
Oh,
recruit me.
yeah,
Delete, delete, delete. If you can't
I
pick
know.
up the phone and have a conversation, I don't
Yeah.
even want to. Yeah.
What are the odds of you listing a for sale banner by text?
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's the answer. Well,
Yeah.
first of all, I want to say to you, thank you for being a great friend and a great customer for a long time.
Well, thank you.
Excuse me, I've been trying to fight a cold. And thank you for that continued enthusiasm and smile and energy that you bring to the public, which is the reason why they stay with you so long and your database is so big. But also thank you for participating in our podcast. I was quite surprised. I asked our IT director before this meeting started today with you, how many people are watching our podcast? And we've been averaging about 70,000 people per week are watching.
Wow.
So that means there could be some people that want to go to St. George, Utah to live. So do you mind giving your phone number out?
My phone number, my direct phone number is 435-215-5707.
So say it again.
435
435
215
215
5707.
5707.
Yep.
So if we were at a live seminar and I had you on the stage with me, and I would say, let's say thanks to Miss Marlene, they would all stand up and cheer. It's just Dakota, our great guy that does our videos, you and I. So I'm not gonna stand up, I'm just gonna cheer. So thank you very much, Marlene. We appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
And get healthy quick.
Okay, I'll do it.
All right. Folks, thanks for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you at our next podcast.